So I'm interested in buying a Canon PowerShot camera, and I'd like to know what other people think, and I'd like to have a look around reviews on some websites. So let's use these three different sites: John Lewis, Jessup's, and Ritz Camera, in order to see what other people think. So we'll start with John Lewis here and try and find the reviews. Now, right away we can see them. We have 4 reviews available. I believe they should be down here at the bottom. Yep. First thing that strikes me about this is that it's in sort of a forum style, a thread style. We can see the amount of stars the people have given it very easily. We can see their age range as well, and people can actually vote on whether they felt the review was useful, which is nice to see. But let's go ahead and have a look at them. So this camera has amazing zoom features. Okay, so we know it's got a great zoom. When this camera zooms, you can feel its power. So again, another person raving about the zoom, and again another person raving about the zoom. So needed a camera, so we can tell that it's rated highly with the stars. That we get a little snapshot of their review with best all-around camera I've had. We can see when it was really easily. We can comment on their review. We can rate it, and we can also see their age as well, which is nice to see, although they're all the same anyway. Nice to see some featured reviews. I can sort them as well by highest and lowest rating, which is obviously a great feature. So this is easy to read, easy to understand, has some nice little items. An improvement I would make, however, is to give me sort of a breakdown of ratings, so people can rate on zoom and give it a star rating. It can maybe rate on features, on clarity of pictures, and things like that. That would really help me. So now on to Jessup's. Just copy that over into my browser. We'll open them all separately so I can compare them all. So we'll open Jessup's now and find the reviews. So can't see the reviews immediately here like we could on the John Lewis website. But here we go. We have Revo Reviews available on this site, which is something that I see a lot of nowadays. I like the sort of this is fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted. As I mentioned, a nice breakdown and a rating for them is something we've got. We get lots of sorting features, and also by their sort of level of skill with cameras, we get positives and negatives usually as well, and a overall rating by everyone, as well as people who've been able to add positives and negatives. So this is superior in my opinion than the John Lewis website. I do like what John Lewis is doing here, and typically it is better than most website reviewing pages that I've found. But still, Jessup's with the Revo reviews, I really like these a lot. I see them a lot nowadays for phones and electronics and things like this, and I think this is fantastic. And I can also ask an owner as well, and people obviously, as you can see, reply to them. So this is definitely superior so far. Really easy to find, really easy to understand, good sorting, nice breakdown of features and things like that. So definitely the best option so far. But let's give Ritz Camera a try. Right, now where are the there we go. So we can see reviews available there. So they should be on this page somewhere. There they are. We have to actually go to this tab to find them. Now, I have to say that looking at this, it looks a little bit more confusing than the previous two. There's just something about the layout of all of this that just doesn't appeal to my eyes. There's not many cons that people have written. I like the pros bullet points, and we can see the sort of casual photographers and things like that, and we get best uses. But I just really don't like the way that this is laid out. It's a lot more confusing than John Lewis, which is in a very obvious forum style, which we see all the time. Canon has these Revo reviews, which is similar to the Ritz page, but it's just laid out a bit nicer. It's all segmented well, where it's sort of just the words and the sections don't really they don't feel like they've got their own space as much as the previous ones. We do get a nice breakdown here of pros, cons, and best use as well. We don't get any cons, in fact, and we know that people would recommend this to a friend. But I just don't like the layout, I have to say, of this. I much prefer the Revo reviews previously. So now, once I've read and interacted with customer reviews on all three sites, please answer the following questions. Which side did I prefer? I definitely prefer the Jessop's website, and why, and give examples. Well, my first example of why I like it is this here. The breakdown of ratings for individual features such as build quality, image quality, and things like that. That's something that I like. I like the fact that people are encouraged to write pros and cons for their reviews. Also, we get an 8.7 sort of score out of 10. We can ask an owner, which is a big one for me, and you can see that people do reply and lots of questions are answered here. Also, we what was it? I can see that these people have actually purchased, and when they purchased, we can see their reviews. And also, most importantly, is that it has many more reviews than the previous website. This one has 4. This one, I'm not sure how many it has. I think it was about 7 or so. But the Revo reviews here on Jessop has 84, which I think gives me a much better average in aggregate than the previous 2 websites to make an informed decision. Now, if necessary, visit the sites again to answer this question. Are any of those reviews trustful? That's a good question. I tend to say that, starting with Jessop's, that I would absolutely trust what's been written here, just because there have been 84 reviews and it has an 8.7 out of 10 rating. With those 8.4 reviews, it's a good aggregate to see whether people like it or not. With, say, the John Lewis website here, I only have 4 reviews, though things like this one here from Margaret S., a John Lewis expert partner, it does add a little bit more legitimacy to her, to her review. So I'd say that I do trust this one review, but it is only one review. Whereas if I go to Revo, I can see that all these people have a confirmed purchase of this camera. I know they bought this and then they've gone ahead and reviewed it. So we have 84 purchases of this camera and they've given it a very good score. So I definitely trust that. Now, with this review system, we have some buyer verified things here on the left hand side, but we have about 3 or 4 of them, but the rest, they're not actually verified as a buyer, so they may not have even bought this camera at all. At least with the Revo reviews, we know that they have each of them have bought this camera. So I'd say that we know that everyone's bought it on Revo, which makes it much more trustworthy with the amount of reviews. We only have one sort of trusted review available on John Lewis from a featured partner, and about half of the reviews on Ritz camera weren't even from people who had been confirmed to buy the camera.